So back in Plant25, on the main dialog, we're going to have a look at the actual plant placement tools. Now these are very similar to the existing versions, but they do now have additional functionality. So we're going to start with PLANTPlace. So PLANTPlace is used for adding individual plants or groups of plants together one by one in your model. So all you do is you choose the plant that you want to use, click on PLANTPlace, move on to the drawing area, and that's going to give you by default a circle, which is the full spread of that particular plant. To add one, all you do is click, and then if you move your mouse, by default it will snap to other instances of that plant, and you can place as many as you like. This is of course as long as you've got that snapping function turned on. You'll see that there are joining lines between all of the plants. If I move away, you can continue adding plants individually. Don't worry about the joining lines, I'll explain that in a second. And once you're done, you can just press the escape key and it's going to ask you whether you want to keep or get rid of the joining lines. I say yes for this particular example and open up my tags tray, you'll see there's a brand new tag called plant group joining lines, which then enables you to either show or hide those joining lines if you want to in the future. So if you're not sure whether you want them or not, say yes to the option and then you can turn them off in the future if you want to. Now, regards to these individual plants over here, obviously you wouldn't want these joining lines to be connected to this little group, so all you've got to do to get rid of them is to go into the group and then you can use your eraser tool to delete the ones that you don't want. You can also change the direction of the joining lines within the groups that you do want if you want to. So as usual with SketchUp, anything you do within editing a group becomes part of that group. Once you're done, just click outside of the group and there you go. Now, there's another new button down here called sizing. So a lot of the feedback that I've had from different designers that are using the first initial versions of Plant25 is they would like to have other options when it comes to adding plants in terms of the size. So if I click on sizing, you'll see you've now got 3 different options that you can choose from. So first of all, full spread, that's the default, it's what you've just been seeing. Scaled is the next one. So if I click on scaled, you can see you have 2 options, 80% or 50%, and there's a match spacing option as well, which I'll explain in a second. So first of all, let's go with scaled, and if I say save, it's going to ask you if you want to apply this new scaling to all of the other plants that are already in the model. Ordinarily you would say yes, because you don't want to have your plants at different scales, but just so it's you can see the difference, I'm going to say no for now. I'm going to choose the Abelia again. It's perhaps not the best example because it's white, but we'll come back to that later. Click on PLANTPlace, and this time now, if I start adding plants, you will see that A, they are 80% of their full spread, and B, the snapping is still working. So you can't accidentally place too many plants together, even though they are showing at 80%. So that's available to you. Press escape again. You can keep the joining lines or get rid of them, so I'll get rid of them this time just so you can see the difference. If I go back to sizing, and we're going to choose 50% this time, and this time we're also going to tick match spacing to scaled size. Now what this does, it turns off the snapping, turns off the full spread snapping, so you will be able to add plants that are tightly packed together. Now the danger obviously here is that you create too many plants and your beds are too full, so you probably won't use this too often unless you're perhaps doing a show garden where you want to overplant an area. But again, it's an option there available to you if you want to. So if I click on save, again I'm going to say no, choose the same plant, click on PLANTPlace, and then add some plants, and you'll see they're half the size of the original, but they are snapping together as if that's their full spread. So use this under caution, but it's there if you want to. The other option within sizing, again, probably not going to be used by too many people, but it has been something that's been requested, is fixed sizes. So there are some designers who like to use fixed size circles for particular categories of plants. So we have the option now to put all trees in at 4 meters, shrubs at 1.5, perennials, ferns and grasses at 500, and all others at 250. So that's the new PLANTPlace tool and how to adjust the size of your plant symbols.